Oh no.
Hey, how's it going? Today, we're going to talk about art.
I call it bold and brash. More like belongs in the trash.
By the way, I know the audio quality is shit. I apologize, but we're not exactly getting the donuts here. Specifically, we're going to talk about people's misconceptions about art. So, to accomplish this, let's do a little exercise. Get out a piece of paper, really, truly, get one out, or use your phone, computer, or fucking calculator, I don't know, and write on there what you think the purpose or function of art is. I'll wait.
2,000 years later.
Okay, so you did it. Hooray for you. Great job. You probably wrote on there some wild, kooky answer, feel-good answer about what art is. Something along the lines of, art is a way to express yourself. Art is a place where the mind goes to tickle itself. Art is a way to feel less shitty about our existence.
I often wonder what it would be like to fall to the ground so far below.
Swells.
What?
Now, I'm sure you expect me to say, in like some big aggressive tone, you're wrong, because that's what Matthew Smith does. He's the fucking mean guy. But I will. So here goes. You're wrong.
What is this nigga doing?
But whatever you answered, you're not really that wrong. You're kind of just like wrong in how correct you are. The thing is, everyone has a different opinion on what art is supposed to function as. And because art is a human-made concept, i.e. we make it, our definition of art is what it is. Now, big brain philosophical fucking time here, but as our definitions of art are never going to be the same, as we saw, we can't really draw definite borders on art and what is art and what isn't art. And so, logically, the dimensions of art extend infinitely, right? Thus, the question has to be asked. If art truly extends infinitely, impossible to control, impossible to draw borders on, why are we so obsessed with ourselves? So, let's cut the Vsauce music and get something a little more copyright friendly. Yep, that is much better. We're going on an introspective, philosophical journey today.
Hey, I'm Nathan Drake. If you're the adventurous type like me, then get in on the Subway Taste...
Introspection.
Think about your answer to my question. What is the common denominator of all these answers? Possibly, could it be that they all deal with me? Just clarification, not me specifically, as in like Matthew Smith me, hello, but me, M-E, the human self. Maybe I should be referring to it as you. So, art should be like an expression of me, or an extension of me, or it should make me feel good, or fucking whatever. You can go on and on. The point is, it all deals with me. Art isn't like this whole other undefinable world in and of itself. It's something that should serve me. It should do something for me. It's my slave that does what I want when I want. It makes me fucking popcorn and cherries. What does that even mean? What? This manipulation of art is seen so fucking blatantly in the Puritan, chauvinistic, holier-than-thou dickheads who think that they can manipulate art to make themselves feel dignified and give them like this Nietzsche-esque fucking purpose in life because I like art that takes real skill more than shitty modern art. First of all, I'm gonna go on a tangent because this fucking sentiment opens up such a ridiculous fucking Pandora's box of ridiculous equations that pisses me off so fucking much. This line of thinking that this is better than this because this took skill and this didn't. Technical skill does not equate to quality. Not equate. Seriously, I'm sure that anyone who's ever listened to hip-hop or has been into hip-hop, or really any music for that matter, knows this very, very well.
That's an awfully
everybody
hot
just
coffee
collectively hates the fucking guy who's like, oh, I listen to real music. I listen to fucking real music. But goddamn, people don't apply it when they think about art for whatever godforsaken fucking reason. I mean, just for argument's sake, we can argue the exact opposite very, very effectively. I mean, I don't mean to diss hyper-realism or whatever you want to call it. If you do hyper-realism for fun, keep doing what you're doing. You're not hurting anyone. But at the end of the day, the question has to be asked, what content is hyper-realism adding to the world? Seriously, what does hyper-realism do? What does it achieve? Does it offer a new perspective? Is it creative? Is it aesthetically pleasing? I don't get it. The only content I can think of that hyperrealism makes, or does literally anything, is in making the viewer take a look at the contrived ass, I put 50 plus hours into this painting. And so give me up, vote, give me up, dude.
What's poppin'? Welcome back to another video. I had just made a Reddit account. I had got 1.2k upvotes for a post I just made. And yeah, I just made this account today.
And then go, wow, that must have took a lot of work.
Of course, hyperrealism is the best form of artistic expression by far because it takes the most technical skill.
Farewell.
I'm not saying it's not art. It definitely is. And if you enjoy it, then keep doing it, because in that case, you're getting content out of your enjoyment. I'm just saying, hyperrealism shouldn't be a golden ticket to quality. A hyper-realistic painting that isn't aesthetically pleasing, isn't creative, isn't anything other than being hyper-realistic, shouldn't be lauded as like this amazing super feat for mankind, as it so often is. Fuck. Conversely, artwork that doesn't take skill, artwork that doesn't prove your amazing technical prowess, shouldn't be immediately looked down upon as dirty and terrible and fucking low skill and low effort. Hyperrealism may technically be of the highest quality, of the highest technical skill, but it definitely ain't making people lose their minds over what it adds to the conversation.
No, come on. You're not an intellectual. You're a fake and a fraud.
Let's contrast this with the paintings by Jackson Pollock, his drip paintings. They are, and always will be, super easy to make, but they added real, true content. Somehow, this point that effort doesn't equate to quality somehow completely flew over PragerU's fucking head when they made that ludicrous "Why is modern art so bad?" video where they tricked some kids into thinking that, some random paint splatters on painting aprons were genuine Pollocks. It's almost as if creating the conditions in where a piece was created with the exact way the piece was created would create a piece that looks like the original piece. Wow. Truly riveting takes as always, PragerU, you overwhelmingly pompous, Puritan, abominable, intellectually defunct fucking idiots.
It happened on the way to the 20th century. The profound, the inspiring, and the beautiful were replaced by the new, the different, and the ugly. The best of modern art. Michelangelo carved his David out of a rock. The Los Angeles County Museum.
Anyway, what the hell was I saying before I got sidetracked? I swear to God, my ADHD brain ruins fucking everything.
The destruction of this
brain
is dedicated to all of the
videos
whose lives have been ruined and ruled by it. I'm tired of stealing my life. I'm tired of you making me feel if I'm good or bad.
People also get pissed because they take a look at modern art, take like fucking 1 second glance at it, and they're like, this is shit because it doesn't show anything. What the hell is this supposed to be? And this? And what the hell is this supposed to be? First of all, saying shit like this is like being Gaston in that fucking scene Beauty and the Beast.
How can you read this? There's no pictures.
Well, some people use their imagination.
Then I go.
Secondly, the designation of representation in art as inherently good is just plain fucking stupid. I mean, should art really be evaluated this way, as if it's only good if it makes me happy? Like, what kind of society is that where we only engage with content that makes us happy? Like, only looking at art that makes us happy, only reading books that make us happy, only reading news that makes us happy. We need different opinions, perspectives, shit that's ugly and offensive. God damn. This ridiculous, like, fucking monkey brain necessity for representation in art is what inspired abstractism in the first place. So many artists ask themselves, should we really need to rely on reality, recreate it time and time again, over and over, just to make art? Is that really how art should be? Just a recreation of reality for, like, ever? Painters of hyperrealism had to rely on reality to create art. Impressionists relied on light. Expressionists relied on emotion. Cubists on form. Abstract expressionists relied on line. And whoever made these fucking white paintings pushed it so far to the point where they rely on nothing. Nothing. Nothing at all. Another massive misconception about art is saying it's good or bad. Hate to come across as like a pompous asshole, but art really doesn't work that way. All other mediums of creation provide like this visceral emotion, this visceral feeling to latch onto and base our opinion, our conclusion on whether it's good or bad or not. Like, for example, food can be extremely explorative, but at the end of the day, you know, no matter how inventive you get with food, it has to taste good.
Finally, some good fucking...
Music has to sound good, video games have to be fun to play, etc., etc., fucking etc. Art, okay, is not on the scale. It used to be, in the Renaissance ages, as the visceral pleasing quality of like an image was used to dictate its goodness or whatever, but as I've been saying, it's evolved way past that. Now, art has like evolved to the point where it just can't be evaluated on a good-bad spectrum anymore. Instead, it's evaluated on an interesting or uninteresting spectrum. But Matthew, what the hell does that mean? That's a great question. Anyway, because it's on a scale of interest...
Oh no! What do we do? I'm so scared!
Art can do basically whatever the fuck it wants to, as long as it creates intense emotion or intense attention to it. It can evoke joy, amazement, beauty, like other mediums do, but it can also evoke confusion.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Don't you find this all rather fascinating? Do you know who ate all the food?
Anger.
Popeye's chicken sandwich.
And disgust.
Industrial society.
It doesn't matter how it gets there, as long as it draws attention, it's competent. Even not considered contemporary or ultra-contemporary artists did this too. I mean, take, for example, Van Gogh's painting Night Cafe. He uses the unnatural combination of red and green and an overly constrictive composition to create an extremely uncomfortable painting. It's special for that very reason. That's what makes it compelling. This is precisely why I hate shit like this. And this image is why I decided to make this video, because it so brazenly misses the entire point of that piece. The physical piece, the banana itself, isn't the art. The art, the piece itself, it's the action of selling a fucking banana for $120,000. I mean, Emmanuel Paradin himself, the owner of the gallery where the piece was exhibited, said, whether affixed to the wall of an art fair booth or displayed on the cover of New York Post, his work forces us to question how value is placed on material goods. The spectacle is as much a part of the work as the banana. The spectacle is as much a part of the work as the banana. Like, people were uncomfortable when viewing, Van Gogh's Night Cafe painting, and as I've said, that's the point. You're supposed to be uncomfortable. In the same exact way, you're supposed to be outraged when you see The Comedian. I mean, its name is literally The Comedian! How is this shit not fucking... Hey! Is there anyone in there? Anyway, I guess the takeaway of this video is, like, don't be a dumbass. Like you do with everything else, or at least you should do with everything else. Try to experience something for, like, more than 2 seconds before you make a shit opinion on the internet about it. Like, I don't know if you've been to any art museums or anything like that, but there's so many people, like the majority of people even, who just, like, walk in front of a painting for, like, 15 seconds, stare at it, and then just walk away. Like, how the fuck are you supposed to enjoy art that way? That's actually just like watching a movie, but like shortening it to 3 seconds. Oh shit, no fucking way, you didn't like it? You're not giving yourself enough time, man. Secondly, a great thing to not do is go up in front of art and just be like, oh, what's it trying to say to me? The thing is, whatever reaction you're having is the reaction you're supposed to have. Most art just isn't didactic like that. And then approaching it like you're solving a puzzle of like the artist's secret, spooky intention of what he's trying to say is just shooting yourself in the foot. A great channel to check out is Nerdwriter1 on YouTube. I'll put him right here. He does like these really bite-sized 5-10 minute videos on art, explaining like things really well, and he'll get you introduced very easily. So yeah, that's everything. See ya.